So do you like someone who can give banter as much as they can take it?
Listen, I'm like king of banter.
Bold statement.
What?
I'll tell you if
Do you
king
like
of
banter?
Yeah, I love banter.
Sick, innit?
No thumbnail out for the Saturday episode yet.
No?
At least
We're just operating off vibes.
Yeah. Hopefully people found out through notification. But we'll just double post.
Dude, just keep your alerts on, obviously.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
I got the alert.
So did I.
Yeah.
So
got
we
it like
just
7
keep
times.
people we just keep people on their toes. We don't tell them when it's coming.
Yeah, it's also on YouTube now. Again, if you didn't know that. We mentioned that at the end of last episode. They are all officially on YouTube, which is exciting.
But what number episode is this?
This is 33.
That's
You
a
know
good number.
You know we're 33?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who you going? Who's your first pick for 33?
Kobe in high school.
Ooh. Okay.
Thanks.
I didn't think that would be the first pick.
Cooper DeJean.
I didn't think that'd be the second pick.
Okay.
It's an exciting white, though.
Aaron Rowan.
No, that's not even on the list.
Yeah.
It's an exciting white.
I don't know.
Larry Birds.
Oh, Larry Bird.
Come on.
Yeah, my bad. Who? Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Yeah. You know, also wore 33. One of the greatest 2K players of all time. Midwest. I'll give you that hint.
Midwest player, or that's part of the
His team played in the Midwest. Larry Bird was the former GM of this team. He's from that area.
Reggie Miller.
No. 31.
Oh, Danny Granger.
Granny Danger.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Danny
Zersky.
Granger. Yeah, Danny Granger was the original Paul George, some say.
Dude, there's a video of
Some
him
is me, but
crossing over LeBron that just got deleted off the internet. It doesn't exist.
what happened? He just had like a 3-year greatness.
I think he got injured. And
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
big dude.
Yeah.
And maybe surgery wasn't as good back then, even though it was like 2000, like
Dude.
early 2010s.
He was so good.
He was nasty, but he wasn't that athletic, but he could score from anywhere.
Do you think
'Cause
he
he
would
could
have been
shoot
a
the three.
good pull for Forgotten Legend or not quite?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Who do we say? Like B. Roy was up there, maybe.
Yeah. I said David Robinson. He is forgotten, dude. He's underrated.
He's a
People
Hall
don't
of
realize
Fame.
how good he was.
Yeah, he put up 71 in a game, like he's in like the 90s.
Quadruple double, I think.
We'll say he did if he didn't.
Yeah, I think he did. Anyway, yeah, so we're on a short turnaround, but there was enough March Madness that went on. There was an F1 race that we were in the middle of while we were recording. Some cool, actually, NCAA wrestling. If you're not up to date on that, we're going to call in a specialist today. It's going to be exciting.
Stay tuned.
He had, what would you call that? Mat side seats.
Mat side, yeah. He's staring eye to eye with the wrestlers.
Yeah, a little bit of NFL offseason, a little bit of MLB offseason, and
Almost
then opening day is tomorrow, Thursday. So right around the corner, we'll take a look at some of those matchups, give our takes on some of the exciting opening series, and then a little bit of UFC. So even though we're only, like 3 days removed, we got a decent amount to go over.
And maybe I cover my my MLB fantasy draft. Maybe I cover a little bit. Maybe
Oh,
the first
yeah.
five.
Yeah, let the
first
people,
5 rounds.
Nah, give him the whole infield. You gotta give him the whole infield.
Okay.
A couple
Maybe
pitchers.
my 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we doing a top 5? What are we saying?
What's going on here, Jamie?
We are.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're spinning that thing. Hawk 2 is spinning that thing.
Oh, golly. All right.
Okay.
Jessica, I know you don't like us to just oh, yo. I know you don't like us doing it, just saying spin the wheel. So any introduction you want to provide to the people today?
No.
All right, spin that thing then.
Spin on that thing.
Golly. Enough of that.
Let's just do it all.
Yeah.
That's the new
Just keep
tagline.
saying it.
I just keep spinning the
Sick
wheel.
in it.
So,
Let us know if you like the new intro, by the way.
Love it.
You think you're the king of banter. Bold statement. You like banter?
Sick in it.
Sick in it.
okay. So
We didn't like that one. We're getting to the next one.
Jessica, I don't know that that's how it works. Part of it is like we just got to do it.
Okay. Okay, we're ready.
The only one that we've personally banned is like the top foods per stadium.
Yeah.
I think I was on mute that whole time, which was really great. So
We didn't say much.
spun the wheel.
She
Ding,
said spin on that thing.
She did say that. I think I might have been loud enough to pick up
Top
on the other.
5 fictional athletes who could dominate in real life.
I love this. Did we do this yet?
No, I feel like we've done
No.
something similar.
Oh, I love this. And I'm so happy Mike's not here because he doesn't get to do it. Are you in?
That's up to you guys every time.
You're not you.
No, but the guy from the
Don't
No,
say anything. Nah, he doesn't make
We
that.
don't have an audience.
Yeah, but he doesn't make
gallery.
he's a player who else offered.
We're
He
not
doesn't make
allowed
the
to have
cut.
an audience yet.
No peanut gallery yet. Yeah, that's the.
All right.
That's next season.
Jessica, all I'm saying is you're going to
I'm
get
in.
dominated by LD.
Really? Because I beat you every time so far.
You have actually. Yeah, that's true. But fictional characters.
Let's go. Who's starting?
I started last week.
I like
so-
that.
Fine,
I
I'll
think
start.
Yeah.
The best
We'll
is
go
that
this way.
there's no. I love how there's just no. We don't get to think about it at all.
No.
We're going to go this way.
This is the
Okay.
only time we
Dave's-
get to think
Dave's
about it
gonna
when we're
snake.
talking beforehand.
Okay.
I'm going to lead off
Yeah, of course.
with Pablo Sanchez.
Oh,
And
so you're going video game. Okay.
for my first one.
Yeah.
Pablo Sanchez is absolutely the greatest fictional athlete, in my opinion, of all time. As far as backyard games are concerned, they put real athletes in that. He's still one of the best, and he competes with the real athletes that they throw in that game. So Pablo Sanchez off the board at number 1.
I reckon.
Okay.
You opened up the door, so
Yeah.
you gave me some ideas now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with then to keep the MLB excitement. I'm gonna go Gus from Benchwarmers.
Nice. Yeah. He's elite. You want to give any more
And
detail?
an honorable mention could be the IM12 pitcher because he was really good. But
True.
So I'm gonna interpret this in a different way here, but this is a fictional character played by a real athlete here.
Okay.
We're doing Ray Allen as Jesus Shuttlesworth in
Okay.
He Got Game.
Yeah. That's a good poll.
And then you got me stuck on Backyard Sports, so I got to give a shout out here to Backyard Sports. But I'll take Wheels. I'll take Pete Wheeler,
Pete Wheeler.
the fastest man alive,
Nice.
with the biggest head, Peyton Manning dome. What a guy. What a guy.
Good pull. Yeah.
it's a good one. Is it my turn?
See?
Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but this is gonna go to Booby Miles.
Baby.
Booby Miles.
Yes, and he's from. Who is he from? We Are Marshall? No, Friday Night Lights.
I think it's Friday Night Lights.
Fast. That's all I got.
Jessica's short and to the point. I love it. Okay, I thought you were going to steal this guy. I'm glad you didn't. I am going with the best linebacker to ever do it,
Ooh,
And that's-
needle.
and that's going to be Bobby
Needle.
Boucher,
Needle.
That's a good one.
the water boy.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Bobby Boucher. And
You don't snake. That's not
Yep,
how this
yes,
works.
I do.
Yeah, it does.
And so there's maybe a follow-up to that, but I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm instead going to go with, I believe his last name is pronounced Maggot. I forget. I think it's Maggot. He's the Nelly, the running back in The Longest Yard.
No, it's Deacon Moss.
No, it's not. It's something Maggot.
I think it's Deacon Moss because I have him on my list. I'm gonna look him up now.
Yeah. You can still take
Deacon
the.
Moss.
Or is that Michael Irvin you're thinking of?
Oh, okay. Michael Irvin is
Yeah.
Deacon Moss.
Yeah. I'm taking Nelly.
That's
What's his
that's the
first
best
name?
one. I don't know what his first name is. Let me look him up. The Longest Yard. Damn.
His last name's Magettete. I know that for sure. I forget what his first name is.
His name.
You can take the bald white dude from that movie. That's how the white man runs football. Yeah, Stone Cold.
No,
Oh, no, it's-
Maggot. Yeah, Maggot. Yeah.
Maggot, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
It just has him as Maggot.
Oh, okay. I nailed it then. All right, I'm taking Bobby Boucher and Maggot.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. All right. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna do Happy Gilmore.
Nice. I saw that coming. That's a great pull.
That is a good pull. I gotta go back to back here. No, you just stole one of my picks. But I'll take.
Well, you were gonna say the Michael Irvin bloke.
No, it was. I meant to say Nelly. I didn't. I thought his name was Deacon Moss.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go with the quarterback from that film in Paul Crewe.
Paul Crewe, yeah.
Who put his sentence on the line to win that game. So Paul Crewe is number 3 for me. And number 4, Jesus. Oh, can I do this again? No, because I guess he played himself. I was going to say Michael Jordan in Space Jam, but he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that
You
one.
can do
The
like Bugs Bunny.
absolute GOAT. Ooh.
Yeah, but
Bugs
Michael Jordan
Bunny.
carried that game.
Michael
Space
Jordan
Jam.
did carry that game for sure.
Yeah.
Who's another character from the Jam that I'll pick here just to stay on
I
topic?
didn't have any, but I do now.
Troy Bolton.
Dude, Troy
He
Bolton.
was mid. I mean, he was good. but-
Corbin Blue is better.
Yeah. You can only assume.
I'll go Bugs Bunny. Because I'm really out
From
of
Space Jam.
Yeah,
a
Bugs Bunny
nice,
from Space Jam.
Taz.
nice number 2
Taz
option.
is another one. He reminds me of like
Tasmanian.
Dennis Rodman. If
You
we
got
had to
one
place
coming
them.
on your way back, right? Wow, didn't mean to say it like that, but you have 4. You have 4 total.
This is 4, yeah.
All right, you're up, Jessica. And then
I'm gonna do
I was
like
just thrown
Mike.
off by
Oh man, great pull.
Like Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Cambridge.
Calvin
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Wow.
Wow, that's a
Who's
great.
Calvin Johnson? Really good
Wide
Football
receiver.
player.
football player.
Yeah.
Damn, Calvin Cambridge.
Wrong name.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's excellent.
That's like my favorite. Oh, the amount of times I've seen that movie, dude.
oh.
That wasn't even stealing from me, but like it took all the heart out of me that I don't
Here,
even remember. what I
I
had
do
to
it
say.
every time. I don't even know where they pop into my brain. Because I promise you, when this game starts, it's 0 blank.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
still blanking right now. I'm going through my Rolodex of movies.
I'm gonna go with shout out to Ave and Francois. I'm gonna go with the gypsy that Brad Pitt plays from Snatch
Yeah, yeah.
as a boxer.
Like
'Cause
Dykes
he's
in it?
essentially like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
He
He's a kid.
knocks out everybody, even the heavyweights, and yeah, great athlete. And then last, I gotta finish up. I'm gonna go the kid from the Disney Channel movie Luck of the Irish, because when he puts that necklace on, he's absolute cash money, like better than Steph Curry. So that dude is an all-time athlete. Luck from
You
Luck
just
of the
really
Irish.
like that movie.
I mean, it's a good movie, but I got audience over here saying that's a great pull. So listen, you just got Calvin Cambridge. You got everything to be proud of.
Yeah,
Swore
right.
it was Calvin Johnson. I'm going to end this with who I think is one of just the best athletes, you know? We're going to throw in Marcus. What's his name?
What?
Gladiator.
No,
Marcus Aurelius.
Gladiator's not a sport.
I mean,
Okay, let's argue about it then.
it is a sport.
What do you mean? It was the only sport back then.
All right, fine.
It's
Marcus.
a combat sport.
Marcus Aurelius. No,
Fine.
Maximus.
Maximus Aurelius. that
Maximus
was it.
Aurelius makes her list. Okay.
Fine. Take it
No,
off
not
then.
fine.
No, because you're wrong, but whatever.
I'm saying, what do you want? Ave said it's a sport. You
I
said
said
it's a
It
sport.
is a sport.
Yeah.
Okay. What
the
else do you want from me?
gladiators.
I agreed with you.
Because I don't feel like you really think it's a good answer, and it is.
Okay, Maximus Aurelius is your vote. Ave, you're up. I don't know what else I can say.
I don't
Fine.
have any OP characters. I'm gonna go with the fun one here. I
Are
don't.
those two, the Disney Channel one, Johnny, like that didn't inspire you?
It did a little bit. I was thinking to go Karate Kid
Mm.
with Jaden Smith,
What?
but I don't want that one. I'm gonna take.
What's
It's a different fun one, but it's still combat sports. But I don't know his name. But
Oh,
dude from Never Back Down.
you
that's-
should go with the movie. You said in your number one best sports movie. It had to do with an athlete.
I don't remember.
Air Bud.
That
Yeah.
Golden Retriever Airbud is
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's go with Airbud. I like that
Yeah,
suggestion.
let's add Air Bud.
So I
to
was
your
struggling
list.
there.
I was
Since you
gonna
pulled
say
him before.
Airbud, but
Airbud's,
Dang.
and he's a beast. He can play every single sport.
Yeah.
He's different.
Oh, dude, this is when so I guess we're on to honorable mentions.
honorable mention. I got one.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot. I can't believe I didn't add that. That's a major miss. Mike would have added that. We always neglect The Sandlot on this podcast for some
Yeah.
reason. Willie Weathers from Gridiron Gang.
Let's see.
Any of the Coach Carter guys.
Yeah, I
but
was thinking
can't
that
remember their names.
Tyus Battle's their number one
You
player,
know.
but
You
I
got
feel
the
like
Hoosiers.
I'd want Timo Cruz on my team.
Oh, Jackie Moon.
Or Worm. Oh, Jackie Worm is great.
Coffee Black. What's his name? Coffee something. Some coffee. The guy who's actually good. Isn't it
It's
Andre
Andre
3000?
3000, yeah.
We missing anything, Alex?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I'm
We're
sure we
probably
are.
missing.
James,
Spencer James from what?
that really corny ass TV show. You're talking about?
One Tree Hill.
No.
One Tree Hill. They have a basketball
Yeah,
player.
they do, but he would not dominate in real life.
I was gonna say like anybody from Remember the Titans, but I feel like they were like a whole team.
That's what I kept
Yeah.
thinking of. It was such a team movie.
Yeah.
You know how bad I wanted to
Sunshine,
say
maybe.
that.
What's his name?
Sunshine. Yeah,
he
the
was good. He
quarterback.
went to
But
USC. I mean,
All American.
good kid. All right, cool.
An academic scholarship.
Well, that was fun. That'll be.
I just feel like Maximus would outdo a lot the people.
Hey, the group
We
voted.
get- yeah.
It was a sport. I conceded. And
Fine, that could
you
be the
must have
title
missed
of this
that part.
episode is Are Gladiators Athletes?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
gladiator sports. Cool. I think it's still worth opening up with March Madness.
The madness is it's still happening.
We went through. We're probably going to keep opening up with the March Madness because it's exciting.
It's the biggest thing. It's the biggest draw in sports right now.
It's the biggest show on the boardwalk. I don't know. Round of 32 is complete.
You want to buy me tickets?
I don't want to buy you tickets to the Sweet 16. Abe said maybe.
Yes.
He
All
said-
right.
Hey, but I told you if you do that, it has to be four so I can bring my friends.
Okay. And who are your friends?
They're right here.
They're all in this building right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
You're included on that list.
I see that.
Yeah.
And Miss Pam.
And Miss Pam? Absolutely. Miss
Maybe?
Pam is the first
Yeah.
invitee.
So 5.
So
They're like
five-
$400 right now for
Oh, that's it.
nosebleeds.
That's light.
Pam said she'd help too.
She didn't. I thought maybe.
But
It's right
anyway,
near us.
the
Yeah,
Sweet
it is.
16 is in Newark or one of them.
Newark.
How many region is it just there?
There's
Still
4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. When do they start playing in the same arena? Just the final 4?
Final 4, yeah. Where's the Final 4 at? San Antonio.
Where's the championship at?
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Oh, they just played
Why is it always in Texas?
It's nice in Texas.
It is nice in Texas.
Is it always in Texas?
No, but
No.
I'm just. It's been in Houston. Nova won in Houston twice.
I think UConn won in Houston.
Yeah.
They're like somewhere in Texas as well,
Yeah.
both times. But it's actually Newark.
Yeah, I know it's in Newark.
Newark.
Oh, you're just saying it as if you're from Newark.
Yeah, it's from Newark.
Anyway, it's the Sweet 16 matchups. We'll go through them quickly, but let's talk about the round of 32. What games did you find most compelling or that the people may want to know about?
So I thought UConn versus Florida game to that point was the best game of the tournament. 2 heavyweights going
We thought it
back,
might be.
Huh?
We thought it might be.
like going into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it played out to be that way. 2 heavyweight universities going head to head, battling it out. I thought UConn was going to pull this one out until Walter, what's his last name?
Clayton?
Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
is an absolute dog, and he just did not care. Hand in his face, I'm pulling up the 3. It's going in. There's nothing you can do about it. He did that like 3 or 4 times in the second half, and he was just the best basketball player on the court.
I thought, did the UConn coach say something afterwards about...
He says a lot.
Because I haven't heard anything else about a bad call or a bogus play, but I could have sworn I heard
Yes.
comments
So
from the
apparently
UConn
it's super
coach.
emotional.
Oh, yeah,
Very
he
good
is.
coach.
He's a head
Yeah.
case, but he said, I hope the refs don't F you like they F'd us to Baylor, the next team that was coming to play on that same court. But I thought the refs were fair that entire game. Florida was just the better team.
Yeah, I mean, you're a major UConn fan, so
Yeah.
if you're going to have bias,
I
which
should be
you're
towards
fine
you.
to
Yeah.
have bias.
Yeah.
You're pro-bias.
No, it was just a good game. Florida was the better team. Walter
Clayton.
Jr. deserved to be first team.
I keep on saying
All-American.
Walter White. Every time you say Walter, I'm like, what are you doing?
He deserved to be first team All-American, and he really showed it in that game. Florida's team is very well balanced. They look really, really good going towards the Sweet 16 and then on.
Yeah, and they're matching up against Maryland, who had an insane end to their game.
Yeah.
Buzzer beater.
Did he travel?
Over.
I thought he did.
I
You
don't.
thought he traveled?
I
Well,
didn't
when
get
I
a good
first
look.
looked at
I
it,
didn't
I
think
thought it
so.
was.
I didn't think so.
I
But
thought
you're
it
allowed to take
was.
1, 2. Like it, I don't know. When I first looked at it, I was like,
It depends, like if you were coming off a dribble or not, and it's a little. I didn't notice it though. I only saw it 2 or 3 times. I didn't notice the travel, but
I didn't notice it either. If you slow it down, I still didn't know.
I saw this meme. It was a voiceover, but it was like an interview with the coach, and the dude's name was Queen. What's his first
Derek
name?
Queen.
Derek Queen.
Yeah.
He played with Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
in high
there's like
school.
5 players on that starting line, and they were all in the last round.
Yeah. But anyway, there was like a voiceover. It was
Colorado
AI.
State.
Yeah, I thought it was Colorado State, and they were. It was the coach was. They were like, "Well, what happened in the huddle like before that last play?" Because it was like they had maybe 5 seconds or so.
Yeah, and they were
took
down.
Yeah,
at this point,
took a dribble and dribble. And so the voiceover of the coach, I think he might have said some of this to some extent, but he was like, I got in the huddle and I said, looked up on my team. I said, "Who wants the fucking ball?"
Yeah.
And Derek Queen was like, "I want the motherfucking ball, coach." Was that real?
That's
or was
real.
That a
That's a real
voiceover?
thing.
Yeah.
And then there's some quote that he was like, later on, if like they put up his stats as like game tires or like close game shots, and he had never made one before or something like that. And he's like, if I would have known that, I would have never gave him the ball.
Wow. Then I'm mixing that AI thing up with something else. That might have been like because that was like on the podium where he was saying that.
Yeah.
And it went off on like a rant afterwards. So I think someone was just playing off of that passion. Maybe.
Got you.
Is this the play?
Yeah.
Let us see it. Let's
No, it's
watch
not.
it.
No, this
it's
is the
next one.
Colorado State
It'll be the
side.
next one. But they hit a 3, I guess, because it was 71-70. Yep. There it goes. 3 ball, 15. Cash. 6 seconds left.
Yeah.
You get the money. No
No,
timeout or anything.
no, they call it timeout.
Okay, they go with 3.6. Sheesh. No, let's
And he
just watch the
didn't
whole
shoot
timeout.
Hit out. Is this what are we? What, you can't fast forward?
Technical difficulties.
But yeah, no. And then he drove, and people were surprised that he drove instead of shooting. Well, I guess not for him in particular, but just that was the play that ended up happening.
He made the right decision. He's playing in sleeves,
And he went
which I
left.
hate.
He went. Is he lefty? No, he's
No, he's
right-handed.
5 steps.
That's
but
not a travel. That's never ever a travel. It's a good move, but why is he wearing long sleeves? He's hot as hell.
Yeah, he's inside. Anyway, crazy ending. Maryland are going to end up matching up against Florida, so we'll get into our opinions there. Next, Abe, what did you want to go into? Maybe that Calipari and Patino matchup?
Yeah, pretty dominant win for Arkansas. It wasn't too bad during the game, but Arkansas kind of pulled it out at the end, shooting free throws and whatnot. But, it was just a weird situation. St. John's best player, he was like 2 for 13 in the game. And I guess he just wasn't
benched, right?
Yeah, he wasn't playing the style that Rick Pitino wanted to see out there. I guess he wasn't playing like team-oriented basketball. And Rick Pitino was like, "Hey, if you're not going to play as a team, you're not going to play with your team. I'm not going to play you." So he sat down his best player. This guy just won Big East Player of the Year. And they ended up losing the game, but I still think it's the right decision. Like, if your best player isn't playing the way you want him to,
And he wasn't
I put him
playing
down.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Someone else might have a better chance of getting you on that day. And then, if they squeeze past this round, they'll probably be better than the next round. But they weren't able to do it. And
I think
Arkansas
did I hear something about people not loving Patino's post game comments around he was like, we have a lot to be proud of this season, and we won I guess they won the conference.
they won the Big East. They won the Big East regular season and the tournament.
Yeah, and we got to win in March Madness. If you look back like 2 or 3 years, this is a success.
Yeah.
And then the response to that has been relatively negative in a sense of like, no, you were 30-3 and you should have went further in the tournament. Like, yeah, you can look back and say there's a lot of improvement, but this year was the year that it was, and so you can't just like consider everything else. We are where we are, and so you were 30-3 and should have done better, and you were a 2 seed. Yada yada yada.
Obviously, you want to do better than that. You want to reach the Sweet 16 and Final Four and do better than that. But for St. John's, that program hadn't won a Big East title in 30 years. This is his second year at the program, so like he turned the whole thing upside down, and he got them back to a winning culture. So I think it's a success. At the end of the day, only one team's going to win this tournament. So it's like, is every other team a failure? I know Giannis kind of said that in a quote a couple years ago, but like,
well, this is way more teams than the NBA too.
Yeah. But like, they made it a decent way, and there's so many positives to look back on. And as a program, you got to celebrate some accomplishments. You can't just say it's all a failure because you don't win it all. One team wins it all every year.
Yeah. So Arkansas moves on. They're going to play Texas Tech. I'll be honest, other than Calipari, I don't know much about that matchup, nor am I all that excited about a Texas Tech Arkansas matchup. But Going back to last week, Auburn beats Creighton. That's a big bummer for your
Yeah,
bracket, but
yeah.
not the biggest surprise, I guess.
Not the biggest surprise. I mean, in the first half, Creighton was up 1 at halftime.
Yeah, they looked good. They looked good.
I thought they looked really good. Their point guard had kind of a stinker in the second half, and I think that threw everybody off kilter. Jeremiah Neal wasn't great in the second half either. But I mean, they're the number 9 seed. I took a chance on them. I thought they held their own against the number 1 overall seed, but they just came up a little bit short, and I was just wrong.
Yeah, so you have 2 down of your
2
final
down,
4.
yeah.
And so do Jessica and I. So Mike's the only one with everyone still. You hate to hear it. But,
He's got Florida as his
as long
champion
as
well.
as long as the right side of the bracket. Well,
wins,
I don't think ours are the same, but listen, as long as Duke wins or your team wins, or whatever, then we have reigns. But so far, Mike's got the best final 4.
He's cooking, in our bracket.
Lastly, Duke, who is playing Arizona this upcoming week, dominates Baylor in the second round, won by 23 points.
Yeah, not much to say on that. Just handedly beat Baylor in this round. They just look good. They may be the best team in this tournament. They've been playing so well all year.
I hope so.
Got a good mix of youth and experienced players. Zion James, give him a shout out right now. Their point guard, he's like 6'5", stocky. He looks like he should be playing football. He's been incredible for them. He just makes all the right plays. They have a really, really good squad, and John Shire's doing a great job of coaching them up.
Yeah, Shire's been a part of that staff for a while, and he was always a smart player.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Some matchups we can talk about. Bama's playing BYU, so Bama is Jessica's champion. BYU's looked really good.
They're solid. Yeah.
I don't know that Bama necessarily has anything to worry about. I think they're the better team. As long as they play their game, they should win. But BYU's looked really good. A lot of whites, but still looked really good.
It's Brigham Young. What do you expect?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. They find a way to win.
Dude, you know what makes me mad, though? Their jerseys look like Duke's jerseys, so I feel like I'm watching Duke play whenever they're on.
They do. I was saying that to myself in my head the other day when I was watching them. I was like,
thinking the same thoughts.
Because I wanted to watch Duke.
Yeah.
And I was like
excited.
excited. Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, awesome, Duke's on. I never get to see them. Then, as we mentioned, so anyway, I'd probably take Bama there. I mean, obviously, there will be upsets. BYU is one of those that could, but I'm rooting for Bama for Jessica, and also I think they'll win. Florida, Maryland, I actually don't think this will be all that close.
I think Florida's going to win.
Yeah, I think
they got a scare last round.
What's the line on that, Jessica? Can you look up the line on the Florida, Maryland? Let's take a quick guess.
Yes, take a guess.
8.5.
Yeah, it's a good number. I'm going to say 9.5.
I just think
it's like cobwebs in here.
What does that mean?
There's nothing.
Oh, you can just go on ESPN. You don't have to go to FanDuel.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
I
going
like
to say,
to see the real ones, though.
I think Florida survived that scare of last round, and they got Walter Clayton Jr.
Well, I think UConn's a good team.
Yeah.
I think UConn is Florida dominated in the first round. Second round, UConn is a team that could have won it. They were in my Final Four. Yeah. I think if UConn ends up winning that game, I get to say I told you so. Yeah. They're going to go.
Yeah. Maryland, Florida?
Yes.
Mine, it's at 6.5.
Wow. I would take that Florida line all day.
Yeah.
I think Maryland's going to win.
All right. So too bad you can't bet right now. Then we got Duke, Arizona, kind of a similar thing. I think Arizona's probably a little stronger than Maryland.
You know, Arizona's got Caleb Love. He's an absolute dog. He knocked. He was at UNC for a little bit, and
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Nasty.
Yeah,
he can score for sure.
Like
I said, Duke might be the best team in this tournament. So I want to say a Duke versus Florida if they ever can match up.
That's probably the strongest consistently all year matchup.
I think that those are the two best teams.
I don't have much to say about the next one.
Texas Tech and Arkansas, no, not much. But Calipari in the Sweet 16 first year at Arkansas,
that is cool. Yeah, and then Michigan State, Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat someone. They beat UNC. That point guard is gritty. I think he's
gritty.
Yeah, he's good.
Gritty.
Michigan State was a 2 seed, which I was surprised about. I didn't hear much about them, but I guess they're quality. I'm not sure who's gonna. I think that would be a fun underdog Ole Miss game. And then Tennessee, Michigan.
It's a 3.5. So
what is?
No, I messed that up.
Ole Miss is plus 3.5.
It's Tennessee versus Kentucky on that one. I believe.
Tennessee's playing Kentucky?
I believe so.
Yes, it is. Tennessee versus Kentucky.
I dropped the ball on that one.
Okay.
I have them all right here if you need it to touch screen. Oops, daisies.
So
Should be high. Thank
Tennessee.
you, Doja.
Who's Michigan playing?
Why did I just touch that? Michigan's
Michigan's
playing Ole
Auburn.
Miss. Michigan State?
No,
Oh.
Michigan is playing Auburn.
Michigan's playing Auburn. Okay.
Here, Luke.
Yeah, I cooked this.
So
Look.
I don't even have Auburn on here. I don't know where. Yeah.
well, you have Michigan and Tennessee. That's all.
Why is oh my god. I hate touchscreen. I just want to go back to the old days.
What, flip phones and razors?
I just tried to show this to Avery 3 times and my finger touched something else and now I went out of everything.
Texas
I hit
versus
X.
Kentucky, Michigan State versus Ole Miss. Did you? One thing that's cool about Michigan State, Jason Richardson's son plays on Michigan State. Jace Richardson. He's pretty nice.
His name's Jace.
Yeah.
With like a
Here we
C.
go.
Jase, I think. And then he's got another son that's named Jackson.
Okay. All right. So
Auburn, Michigan, Duke, Arizona.
no, don't do them all again. I just did them all.
Well, there's only literally not that
There's
many.
just one correction we needed to
Yeah.
make. Tennessee's playing Kentucky and Auburn's playing Michigan. Those two, I want to believe that Kentucky could like pull something cool off, but they've just been okay.
Well, they haven't been healthy. That's one thing I will
Okay.
say. They're healthy now. They look good. Kobe Bryant looked really, really good last round. He was a sharpshooter. Tennessee is nice. They're very good.
They were this way last year though too. I don't remember why did they get far?
I
I don't think
remember.
they did.
And they had Dalton Connect too.
Yeah.
But Ziegler, their point guard, is real good. He's little. What to do with the braids? He's nice.
So who do you got?
I'll say Kentucky here.
Wow. I'll go Kentucky with you.
All right, let's rock.
You convinced me.
I
All
didn't
right.
say much, but I love
Houston,
it. God damn it, LeBron.
Houston, Purdue. I'm blaming Jessica for that, honestly. She's been moving a lot.
H-Town. I got Houston winning the championship.
Yeah. Houston obviously wins that. Purdue's looked pretty good.
Nah, LeBron, he just plays basketball. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's doing. Let's get this down there, maybe. That's and then just to round up the Sweet 16 matchups worth noting, we're talking Auburn, Michigan. That's I don't know that that's a toss-up. I think Auburn's much stronger, but as far as like history, Michigan's got much more basketball
culture, for
history and culture, and I wouldn't, that's a good maybe upset there again to take if you wanted to, but Auburn is very strong, similar to Tennessee.
Auburn. I think that's a good wrap up for the Sweet 16 matchups.
That felt hectic to end there.
It was just my mess up with the
I know,
the schedules.
The rebound was like everyone trying to say it. I'll correct it. I'll say it right. All right, cool. Well, there goes March Madness. Let's segue quickly into Formula One. So last week when we recorded, Hamilton had just poled. No, he won the sprint race.
Yeah,
and
Piastri had poled.
Yeah, Piastri had poled. He ends up winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Lando Norris in second. Did you see that both Ferrari drivers were DQ'd?
Yeah, I did see that. I forgot to put the yeah. So for Hamilton, there's a piece of wood or something under the cars. I don't know if this is a safety thing or it's just to say that the cars don't get too low. And this piece will scrape the ground during the course of the race, and it has to maintain a certain thickness. And Hamilton's didn't for the Chinese Grand Prix. So he was disqualified. I believe he finished 6th and Leclerc finished 5th in this race, but they were both DQ'd, so it doesn't matter. And then for Leclerc, the issue with him was his car was underweight, I believe. There's some regulation on how much the car has to weigh after the race, beforehand and after. And after the race, Leclerc's vehicle didn't meet the standard, so
they both completed the race?
Yeah, both completed the race.
And got DQ'd after.
DQ'd after, yep. And the stewards checked their vehicles and they weren't compliant. They weren't up to standard. So bye-bye to those 5th and 6th place points for Ferrari.
I mean, it's still early. There's still a lot of racing to go. You asked me, I think last week, if I thought you asked maybe Piastri in particular, but kind of if either one of the McLaren drivers had a real chance to win. And I said no, but I mean,
First 2 races.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Verstappen is. Is the car? Have you heard anything about the car?
I've been kind of looking into this because I've been hearing some rumors online about because Liam Lawson didn't finish this race, and I don't believe he finished the first race, but we had weather issues and whatnot. But apparently the car is really, really trash. Like the only person that can drive it is Max Verstappen. So Red Bull's running into some troubles with their car. Which is weird because we've seen them for the last 4 years with Verstappen winning 4 straight. That they've been on top of their game for, like I said, for the past 4 years, and this is really struggling right out the gates. I mean, they have a long season to get it under wraps, but for the first 2 races, their cars have not been up to par. Liam Lawson has been really, really struggling. Is his first couple of drives in that car, and there's some reports out there that
There's beef.
Yeah, no. There's some reports out there that Yuki Tsunoda might replace Liam Lawson even after the just 2 races.
They're out on him that early.
Yeah, so Red Bull is looking to make some moves. Apparently, it's rumors out there to get a different driver into that second seat for them.
And do you know where the second race is? Or
Third race?
The next race is?
I don't know, but if Jamie was here, I bet you she would know.
Yeah, she'd be able to tell us. But
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think we can probably talk about that and just see where that is. Because if it's in a cool place, it might be worth talking about.
It's actually in Montreal because I saw...
Oh, that's a great one.
I saw Yuki Tsunoda was at the... I lied. It was probably a clip from last year.
You said it so confidently.
But Yuki Tsunoda was doing the crossbar challenge at the Montreal MLS team. But he was doing the crossbar challenge, and he actually looked pretty good. I just thought it was weird. But it's actually in Japan. It makes sense.
Cool.
They're doing the Asian tour because they started off in Australia and then went China, and now they're in Japan. Japan's a 6th circuit as well.
Yeah. That'd be wild if they flew to Montreal from China and then back. Cool. All right. Well, there goes a little F1 synopsis.
Suzuka.
Ave, Sideline Banter, it's the greatest show. It's the greatest podcast in the world.
I can't believe if you're not watching, you got to tune in.
Nobody covers sports the way we do. And we're getting into wrestling today, okay? The NCAA 2025 finals just wrapped up. It was it at Wells Fargo or just in Philadelphia?
Okay.
Because we had a ton of different, John Cameron
I've seen
Brady
Snapchat stories of multiple people being there.
Yeah, so we actually have a wrestling expert that we're going to call in, get his take. He was on the floor. But before we do so, a little background. Penn State came away with the victory. It looks like they wrapped
overall
team victory. Yes. It from what I read, they wrapped that up pretty early in the day as far as like clinching that. They ended with 177 points. Nebraska 117. Oklahoma State with 102.5. So hopefully Brady can weigh in for us and explain to us exactly what that means.
The point system. Yeah.
But also worth noting, Oklahoma State, although they came in third, had one of the most historic matches of all time. I believe Daniel Cormier was announcing. I don't know if you watched or saw any clips, but it really sounded like Cormier's voice. Wyatt Hendrickson of Oklahoma State, he beat an Olympic gold medalist 5-4 with only a few seconds remaining. He needed to not only break out, but I believe wrap around to gain extra points. Again, Brady may break that down for us a little bit better. I'll give him the call. But ultimately, an absolutely historic and unbelievable wrestling match. The announcers were saying this is absolutely unbelievable, the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life.
Definitely need the expert in this one. You covered it so well.
Did you not? You didn't see any of this?
No, I saw one guy was going for, I believe, 5 straight because of the COVID year.
Oh, yeah. That
and that's not even what you're talking about.
I don't think that's him. It might be. We're about to find out. Jessica,
but I don't think that he won the guy that was going first.
Yeah,
I did have something while we're calling our person. Penn State also
subject
got
matter expert.
Yeah, he got there's the Japanese national champion, so I think he competed.
Oh yeah.
Matt, I'm gonna try this. Masanusuk. Oh no. He is the best fighter in the world, committed to Penn State.
Yeah, he just committed to Penn State.
It's like all live streaming today.
Wait, is this wrestling? What is going on here?
Yeah,
Yes.
wrestling. It was an amazing interview.
Masonosuke Ono.
He speaks very broken English. It was an awesome interview.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. This is gonna go on the
He's
internet,
21. He's 5'5".
he was like, I'm very excited.
Yeah, he was really happy.
Monkey never craps.
The monkey never craps. All right, let's see if Brady picks up for us.
Do the Jeopardy music on this.
Yo, Brady.
How you guys doing?
You're live on Sideline Banter. I hope
Hot
you don't
mics
mind.
are on,
Hot
yeah.
mics.
Happy to be here. Long time listener, first time call.
We appreciate you. We
Finally, we
appreciate
got
you.
one.
So as you're a longtime listener, so as you're aware, greatest podcast on earth, we cover absolutely everything. And there was some major wrestling tournament going on this weekend, the NCAA championships. It was at Wells Fargo.
It was in Philly.
Okay, so we walked the people through some of the winners. We explained Penn State ends up victorious, followed by Nebraska and Oklahoma State. Penn State ends up with 177 points, Nebraska 117, and Oklahoma State 102.5. Can you walk the people through a little bit how that point system works?
So that's their team scores. So that breaks down each round. You get if you progress in a round, if you win, you get a certain amount of team points. And it progresses quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. That's all worth more points if you win there. And then the style in which you win is worth a certain amount of points. So whether you get a pin, a fall, if you win by a certain number of points, or if you just win by 1 to 8 points. So that also adds into the final team scores.
Brady, does each university have the same amount of wrestlers as well?
They don't. They have the opportunity to, but you still have to qualify. So Penn State qualifies 10. They actually go on to all 10 place, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
That was part of their team score. Nebraska coming in second, I think was pretty impressive. I think that was kind of a bit of a big deal, them having number 2 overall.
Yeah, and then as I mentioned earlier, Oklahoma State came in with the bronze at 102.5, but most importantly from Oklahoma State, they had that Wyatt Hendrickson upset. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Were you there on the floor when that happened?
I was up top by the time that happened. I was on the floor for the first few matches, which were still. I was on the floor for the Starachi and Kekheisen at 184. So that was exciting. I was up top by the end. So that was electric. That was a big deal. That was a bit of a David Goliath type story. So that is Gable Stevenson he's already an Olympic gold medalist at this point, heading into the final. 2020 Olympic gold medalist. He has some other career opportunities he goes on to pursue, comes back. And so that takedown actually to win the match was the first takedown Gable Stevenson gives up the entire season.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Win the finals.
Yeah, and
that
so
that was intense.
I was trying to explain this. I probably did it poorly, but he was in a position where I think he was down 2, maybe 1 or 2, and I just know from Alec wrestling in the past and growing up with you, it wouldn't have been enough just to get out of Gable Stevenson's grip, right? He had to actually get back around him to gain an extra 2 points, or am I making that up?
He needed to take down to win the match.
Yeah, which is by far the hardest part about that whole movement there.
Absolutely, and Gable Stevenson, he's not a small heavyweight by any means. That's all of 285 pounds.
Sheesh. Yeah, it's a big boy.
He's a big boy, 100%. So it's impressive. Air Force lieutenant in front of the president. You gotta love it.
Oh wow,
Got to show out for
yeah,
sure.
quite the story. Anything else worth noting? Did any like history type things made with any of those Penn State wrestlers, or Penn State is pretty actively a great wrestling school, right?
They're still the dominant. They took over. That was their, I think, 13th title. Carter Starachi goes on to win his 5th, which I think he's the first to ever do that because of the COVID year.
Okay.
Wow.
He's a time NCAA champion.
And has he always been at 184, I think you said?
He bumped up actually this year to wrestle the best guy. Beats him
Wow.
like twice this season.
That's a dog.
He's a beast.
Dog.
Got to be reckoned with. He'll be on the Olympic circuit. I would be surprised if he doesn't get a medal in the near future.
Wow. That's crazy. Anything else worth noting from the weekend? I feel like we may have covered the major news, but anything else exciting happen?
That's the fun side. Do gotta give a shout out to my short king.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Did you see that?
No.
Did you see that? Oh
Awesome.
man, Brady, let Abe
I gotta hear this one.
let Abe and Jessica know just why he's your short king.
So he at 133, I think, 133-pound champion. His girlfriend is, I think, an ex-volleyball player, rocking 6 foot.
He's 6'3", dude.
And it's awesome. Every bit of it.
So he wins
He's a
it.
beast out there. He's tearing it up.
Yeah, he wins the national championship, and then
What's his name?
Lucas Bird, and
Lucas Bird.
from Illinois, and he BYRD, and he runs over. I think he shakes the coach's hand like wrestlers always do, and then gets crowned, whatever. His hand goes up, and then he sprints over to, I guess you're thinking his family or his girlfriend, and he hugs this woman who is his girlfriend, and she's so much taller than ridiculously taller than a foot taller.
Awesome. It was awesome. Oh, I see. She's wearing heels.
I seen this picture. I had no context to it before. That's so funny.
She's not.
She's got some muscle.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know what I was.
She's thick.
Yeah,
I mean, she's an athlete. Yeah. All right.
She was an athlete. I'm not sure what. I want to say volleyball. Don't quote me on that.
I mean, I would guess volleyball, if not maybe basketball.
It's got to be. It should be one of the two.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thanks for letting us bother you on a Tuesday night, Brady. We appreciate it. We need to be worldwide, and so we're reaching out to our best contacts.
We're going for it, man. Always a pleasure. Happy to be on.
Have a great one. Peace.
Thanks, Brady. My God, what a legend.
Appreciate Brady.
First phone call.
Did you give Brady's accolades as to why he's our subject matter expert?
No.
Please do.
So Brady is a lifelong friend of all three of ours. I've known him since kindergarten, Abe since he was 10, and Jessica since she was 12, 13. He is a multiple-time state champion. He's been ranked as high as 4th or 5th in the country as a wrestler. He wrestled
from PA, which is the best
from
wrestling.
Pennsylvania, which is the best wrestling state. That is true. They had 40 of the NCAA circuit that was there last weekend. 40 of those kids were from Pennsylvania originally in high school. The next highest was 28, I think, from Maryland or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, Abe's going to just play some music here. No, but Brady, he also ended up wrestling at NYU, and now it's not his full-time job, but he coaches wrestling at Ben Salem High School. So he's very knowledgeable. I actually wasn't aware that he went to the wrestling championships until today. So thought it'd be a good idea just to get some legitimate news. Thought that went well.
That was awesome. Like I said, first caller to the pod, the best caller ever on the pod. What a legend.
Yeah.
Glad to have
First time, long time. Good to be here.
We got to get him in the flesh one day.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna skip the next one, Abe, and go one over, just because I think that might be a little bit longer.
Dale.
So let's talk through some exciting matchups. Jessica, if you kind of want to talk through who you're excited to, I know baseball is kind of your thing. So Thursday is opening day. There's a few exciting matchups. Before we get into that, there was a major move, absolute blockbuster. Some think it's bigger than Luka to the Lakers.
I would say so.
I thought that was him right there.
It is him.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He's on the front page.
He's literally on the front page of ESPN as we're looking it up. But Nolan Jones, our good friend, he was traded from the Rockies back to the Guardians where he was drafted. So that's somewhat exciting. It sounds like it was Rockies were kind of overloaded with outfielders and the Guardians with infielders. So they just did a 1-for-1 swap. I feel like you don't see up that often. Kind of like two, for now, utility with some potential type players.
Yeah.
Just getting swapped for each other to add depth to the other teams. Obviously wishing him all the best. He's going to be able to rekindle some old friendships with like Stephen Kwan and Tristan McKenzie. So that'll be cool. More competitive team. So
For sure.
I'm sure he's looking, definitely going from potentially winning your division to definitely losing it. So yeah, good luck to Nolan in Cleveland. Do you want to run through opening day matchups, or do you want to run through your drafted team?
We can do that after.
Okay.
After.
Those are all the matchups?
Yeah, I have something to say, though.
I mean, that's a little bit far away. I have the matchups here as well. I'm not going to do every single one, but did you have any in particular?
I don't have anything to say about this. I have a question.
Oh, sure.
We're on baseball, right?
Yes,
we are.
Here's the thing. I always end up talking to these old people at work. And this guy was like, oh, Shohei totally let his best friend, his agent, take the fall for his betting. Gambling. And I was like, what? I was like, unless, which could be true. I feel like he's the nicest guy ever, and with his wife, and they just look so happy. And then I just saw a picture of him at March Madness doing like the sweats, like, he has a parlay in. So now I'm like, did he bamboozle me and everyone?
I don't know, actually.
That's my question to you guys.
Yeah, that's fun to talk about.
But this guy went to jail. Like, he's going to jail.
That's what he
for
said.
a few years.
He said he's a bad friend. And I was like, what?
Did we have the podcast when that happened?
Yeah, we had.
We did. Yeah, I thought so. Like, did it exist though?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we definitely talked about this. I still don't know. I'm going to say it didn't happen and his agent was taking money from him
and gambled
because Shohei had so much that he's like, he's never going to notice. Yeah. But like, it adds up to, I think it was like 2 or 4 million over X amount of time. Yeah. It's like, it eventually, you notice. But Shohei's just so nice. You're right. He's such a nice guy. I can't believe.
Is that like the true profile of like an actual serial killer though?
Kind of.
We'll stay tuned on this.
Yeah,
but
I don't
it really
know.
Took
Dude,
me
the
by
greats
surprise.
all have the gambling addiction. Look at Michael Jordan.
Well, then also he just signed for $700 million, so it's like,
what else can you do with that money?
I'll give you $80 million to go to jail for 5 years.
Yeah,
and not tarnish my name.
Yeah, and I'm still going to do what I need to do because he's how old? Oh, he's kind of old.
29, 30.
Well, he's about to be in his prime. Yeah.
I'd say he's in his. I hope he's in his prime. Jesus, if this isn't his
really
prime,
can't
I
get
don't know
much
what it is. Yeah.
No, like 30. He's about to be in his prime.
Okay.
I know he's about to be rich. Is what I call it.
All right. There's
much money.
There's no real rivalrous matchups in the beginning.
In the beginning.
I think some fun ones are going to be Boston and Rangers as far as good, strong teams.
Do we have the boy pitching for the Rangers? Is he healthy?
DeGrom?
Yeah.
He's not on opening day, but I believe he has been. They have Nathan Eovaldi, who is a very legitimate one. Yeah. So he's opening. I don't know if DeGrom's quite in the pitching rotation yet, but he's definitely been throwing at close to, if not completely, max capacity.
Okay.
But yeah, those two lineups and those two pitching staffs are, I believe, pretty strong. You have the Guardians matched up against the Royals, so that's a nice opener. Yeah. They're in the same division, aren't they?
I can't say yes or no.
Who?
Guardians
right
and Royals.
Yeah, they are. There it is, Guardians and Royals. So yeah, I guess that's a pretty because those
we need that for every sport.
Pretty cool.
Because that with the Tigers, they're gonna be. I guess the Twins. Remember, we were saying the Twins are pretty strong. White Sox might as well not.
When Royce Freeman gets back, it's a problem.
So the Twins are okay, but those are the two strongest teams probably in that. Royce Lewis, yeah.
What team is he actually on? I forget.
The Twins.
He's on. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be a good matchup to start as well. And then what was that third one I saw? Braves Padres. So two of the strongest teams in the NL. I guess you could argue the Dodgers are better than those teams, and maybe the Phillies are as good. But Braves Padres is a really exciting opener. Not that they're really rivalrous, but it'll be a good start. Other than that, again, not too many Blue Jays, Orioles, that'll be fun, but I think Orioles will handle them. Although, Guerrero and Bichette could have a great year. Brewers, Yankees, kind of boring, but good matchup. So we'll continue baseball. That might have to carry us through the summer.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's
100%. We don't have the Olympics this year either.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We'll see what ends up happening.
What do you mean? We got so many things. We got table tennis.
Okay.
We got tennis.
We're gonna have
Soccer. F1.
What else?
Guinea pig racing.
Guinea pig racing. Darts. Competitive darts.
Yeah, let's get into darts.
It's fire. Luke Littler's the guy. We've talked about him before.
Goodness, we got to go to a darts championship.
Yeah, they are super fire.
So, I mean, maybe a little bit anticlimactic on opening day, but I'll be excited to watch.
I'm excited too.
Baseball.
I'm excited to have baseball back, but 162. It's a marathon.
Yeah,
but they do give you some match.
Yeah.
Every day is a sprint.
She literally called me yesterday. She's like, I can't believe they lost. I was like, oh my God. And now she's towards the end. She's finally she's like, I know. It's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. I was like, all right, at least we got there throughout
when they
the whole...
lose opening day to the Nationals, she's
The
going to have a
season's
heart
over.
attack.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Gore's opening.
Speaking of the Phillies, I don't know if this is real or not. I know that the fact that Strom, one of our pitchers, was supposed to do his normal, in the Grapefruit League, go pitch.
League's a good name.
And he hurt his fingernail, so he's sitting out. And this part is what I don't know if it's true. It was just a funny Philadelphia thing where apparently he injured his fingernail opening a toy for his daughter or packing up toys. And just the comments were like, well, that's it. She's sent to adoption immediately.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that during the
season. There's a lot. There was a pitcher that broke his finger or wrist playing Rock Band or something.
What?
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, I don't remember, but it was going into the playoffs. Real bummer.
Oh, that's awful.
Maybe the drums.
Yeah.
They're going to have that written into his next contract.
Yeah.
No garage band.
Guitar. Yeah.
It stinks. That's like when you can't play basketball or anything when you're going into
gym class.
No, college athletic, and you're in that. I remember my brother was recruited and they were like, oh, don't do anything stupid, right? Don't play pickup basketball.
You said to an 18-year-old kid, they're going to do it.
He blew his knee out.
Yeah. That's any 18-year-old kid's going to do that. Yeah. I guarantee
he was just playing pickup basketball, wasn't he?
Gabagool.
Gotta stay in shape.
Dave, why don't you tell the people about your fantasy draft? Because this is really what keeps you locked in.
I don't know it, so let
I do
me
too.
hear
I think I cooked. So
Me too.
I got the 6th overall pick
How
in a
many
league
people?
of 10. So guess who fell to me? My guy got my Dukes up.
I know.
But I got Jose Ramirez, the third baseman from the Guardians, with my first pick.
Very good.
Yeah, he passed up on some big players, but I believe in Jose.
Dude, did you see
40-40-40.
Did you see this thing on Mookie though? He lost 30 pounds.
Oh yeah, I did.
So maybe it's a good thing I did.
Mookie's sick right now.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's awful. Hopefully he gets well soon.
Why is he sick? I'm gonna have to Google it.
He doesn't know. It was before the Tokyo trip. He got sick, and then the Tokyo trip he was sick the whole time. Then he got back and he lost 30 pounds. But anyways, second round I went with an outfielder, Corbin Carroll from the Diamondbacks. Third round had to get a first baseman, and who do I go to? None other than the Philadelphia Phillies himself, Bryce Harper in the third. That's pick 26.
I can't believe this guy dropped, or maybe it was your 6th round pick. I don't remember.
No, it was a 4th round right here. So
okay.
Ellie De La Cruz, shortstop.
That's crazy.
The 4th round at pick 35. I went the pitcher in the 5th, Michael King. Don't know too much about him, but he was high on the list, so I picked him up.
Yeah.
He's with the Padres, I believe. And then I went Altuve. I got the Midge.
Yeah.
Second baseman in the 6th. I got another picture. I got Shota Imanaga.
He's good.
In the 7th from the Cubbies.
He already played one too.
Nice.
He's on the Cubs.
That week doesn't count in this league.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
he's warmed up. He's ready to go. Yeah.
Mid-season form.
And then I went with Ozuna.
That's a huge pull.
Yeah, a designated hitter in the 8th. Jazzy Chisholm. Dude, Jazz Chisholm was rated pretty highly this year. I didn't get it, but I like him. He's swaggy, so I was going to pick him either way.
9th round, you take him. That's fine.
Where is he with now?
He's with the Yankees still.
Oh, right.
I went with DeGrom.
Love that.
In the 10th.
A little risky for injury, but he's great.
Yeah, I'll take the risk. It's one of the best pitchers that's you actually kind of helped me make this pick. I was like, he's there. I'm going to take him here. Lawrence Butler.
Love.
Yeah.
So
in
good.
the 11th.
So good.
Plays for the A's.
He
But,
batted 304. He might steal 80 bases.
I love that.
Not even kidding.
I
He's
love
so
that.
good.
I got the legend. Oh, this would be my last pick that I'll tell y'all before I tell you my other infielder that I have starting as a catcher. But I got Mike Trout. I mean, he's there.
I love taking a risk on
He's
Trout.
there in the 12th. I mean, I don't think he's completed like the last 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, if he plays, he's been great every time he's played.
I know.
Like,
His stats are ridiculous when he does play.
Yeah, and then he just gets hurt and doesn't play.
I think he played like 80 games last season, so hopefully he can get me to like 120, 130. That'd be amazing. And then my catcher, I'm not too sure about this guy, but Kyber Ruiz from Washington. I don't know. He was there, and I picked him up. But that's my infield, really.
Dude, that's very strong.
And outfield. That's like my 9.
Because you got Bryce, Altuve, Ellie De La Cruz, and Jose Ramirez as your 4 infielders.
Yes.
And then your catcher
It's
whatever.
Kyber, yeah.
Yeah.
Which catchers don't really like. I drafted JT pretty early last year.
Yeah.
And JT had an okay season, but catchers don't really do much.
And then your outfield,
as far as points wise,
Yeah.
for fantasy baseball.
So you have Corbin Carroll. Are you starting Trout?
Let me see. I don't think so. No. Oh yeah, I am starting Trout. Sorry. So
with Lawrence,
Corbin
Butler.
Carroll, Jazz, Lawrence Butler, Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's strong. I
Then
love it.
My utilities are Ozuna and Nico Horner for now. I might pick up somebody.
Ozuna's great. You could maybe look at someone else. I believe in Justin Crawford. I think he's going to be. He might start in AAA, but I think the Philly should start him in center.
Okay. Who do they currently have in center? Marsh?
Rojas.
Is Marsh still on the team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marsh is okay. He can't hit lefties, and so it makes it hard to start him every game.
Rojas
against
can't
lefties.
hit anything.
Anyway, cool. Good MLB segment. We're excited for opening day. Abe has more about MLB.
I got to change my name though. I don't have Wiz. I don't have Bobby Witt this year, so
We'll find something good.
I got to adjust that.
Cruising down the street
In my 6'4",
yeah,
jocking the, slapping the.
all you think that all fit?
Going fishing for some trout.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I would love that if Trout was prime Trout, but that's like.
Why?
an
Just give
afterthought.
good juju.
I've got to get something with Jose. That's my dog.
Jose boxing.
Yeah,
Right.
it'll come.
We'll find
Yeah,
something.
it'll come. It'll be organic.
Quick NFL news. Stephon Diggs to the Pats. That's a little weird.
They're kind of building though, but I mean, I feel like they're young. I don't know
Why did the
they-
Texans sign him? Trade for him? Whatever.
Well,
they
I mean,
did.
he was good, but then another injury. Like
Okay,
he
but
tore his
then
ACL or
so
whatever
why
it
they-
was.
you think they're trading him because they don't?
I don't know if
want
it was it a trade.
Oh, so he
It
did.
might have been a free agent.
That's what I'm saying then. Like, that was such a weird move by the Texans, who had 2 great receivers, to sign one.
I mean,
for
he was
1 year.
fantastic before he got hurt.
I guess.
It
Maybe, but do you
was
think they were in
a-
win now?
Yeah,
right now?
they signed him. Who, the Pats?
No, the Texans. You think they were in like win now mode for a Super Bowl? I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
probably
sign
one. Yeah, because I
Diggs?
mean, you have to. If you have a young quarterback, you might as well spend some money, and you think you can do it.
Yeah, I guess that's a good.
You might as well go for it. And they had a great defense too.
Yeah. So anyway. He goes to the Pats. They're building a little something over there. I don't think they might.
They paid him a lot of money.
They might be a wild card type team if they're signing Diggs.
3 years, $70 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, coming off an ACL.
And like people already thought he was on his way out the door.
Yeah.
More like I hate this one. Russell Wilson signs with the Giants. What a bummer.
It's a good signing.
I hate it.
I know.
Why would you sign him and Winston?
Well, they're saying Jameis is like a backup. They're not. They didn't
so
give
they're not
Jameis that
drafting
much.
a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, okay, then don't sign both.
Yeah. No, you're making sense for sure. I still think they will.
So
draft
they're
a
gonna
quarterback.
who they gonna draft now?
I don't know. I still. think
I
they should
don't
draft a
get it
quarterback.
at all. I don't think Russell Wilson
But I
is
don't
the
think
guy
he-
for New York
Yeah.
at all. What is he gonna do?
Stability.
Like teach people?
Yeah.
Because like Jameis, like Russell Wilson is like you get him, I think, to go win
On a
a
playoff
Super
team,
Bowl.
yeah.
Maybe like I didn't think he was bad on the Steelers. It didn't work at all.
Yeah.
But like
Solid.
they were maybe a quarterback away, in their opinion,
Yeah.
from success, especially with Tomlin as a coach. But the Giants, what is Russell Wilson going to do for you? I don't get it. Whatever. You have anything more on that?
No, I mean. Yeah.
When's the draft? The draft coming up, Jesse?
think
It's
in
always
May.
on my birthday or something.
It's in
April
May.
25th.
April 25th, maybe.
No,
Damn, bro.
something's April 25th.
Look it up. So we'll see.
draft.
I don't get it. I don't get the double quarterback signing, but I think the draft will tell a big story. Maybe they move that
April
pick.
24th to April 26th.
Nice.
Damn.
It is your birthday. Last but not least, Dave, UFC.
The Ultimate Fighting Championships. There's one thing. Oh, Jessica. Yeah.
I just want to say, since we didn't talk about the NBA, that Damian Lillard has a blood clot and he's out
I saw
for
that.
the whole season.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I saw that notification just come through,
Absolutely
actually.
awful.
Yeah, blood clots are no good.
They're not at all. I mean, that's why the alien Wemby's out for this season as well.
He has
due
a
to
blood clot?
clots. Yeah.
See, let's not.
Apparently, it can be caused by like tall people if they fly on planes a lot.
Well,
for
and you wear
Wemby.
those socks and stuff. Old
But
people wear the socks.
Dame's not as tall as Wemby, but he's a little bit older. But that's honestly a scary health situation. His blood clots.
Yeah, blood clots are no good.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, everything's okay.
And everything's fine. Isn't blood clots what caused Chris Bosh to retire too? Or maybe he had an enlarged heart. But there's a lot of things with.
I think it was blood clots.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I've had a
sucks.
blood clot before.
Is it painful?
Yeah. I mine was like actionable though. I don't know. Some people I feel like it's just like
What do you mean
medical.
actionable?
Like I tore my quad
Yeah.
and it didn't heal well. And so it created a blood clot. I don't know if that's always how it happens or if like
No,
sometimes your blood just clots.
I think it's like, yeah, no.
So what'd you do? You got surgery or you just got
No, I had to
blood thinners?
I had to not use my leg as little as possible, and I had to go to like therapy and like correctly kind of massage the blood clot out of my leg and take medicine like blood thinners to. It was a 9 by 5 by 2 centimeter. It was like a big blood clot in my thigh because I was sprinting. I played for Parkwood. Well, I tore my quad and then I played the next weekend 4 games with it. And I had a knee because I'm a dog. You were probably there. I had a knee brace and I just pulled. It wasn't like a strap one. It was just tight.
Yeah.
And I just pulled it all the way up over top of my quad so that it was squeezed tight.
Yeah.
And I just played on. I scored like 4 goals in 3 games.
You should have kept playing. You should have never got it fixed.
And I was limping around and it was really bad. And finally we got an MRI and I just big blood clot.
Yeah, you probably could have died.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
didn't
they
do
were
that.
like,
Yeah, because
you can't move
it's in your
anymore.
blood vessels and it could give you a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it happens
Pierre,
from injury.
Pierre took me to that tournament and was like, "Just pull the knee thing right up." I'm like, yeah. I don't know if you ever hurt your quads, but it's hard to kick when your quad hurts.
I can imagine.
It's like, the extension part is obviously
Yeah.
UFC.
The Ultimate Fighting Championships. They were in the UK this weekend, so they featured a number of UK fighters, most notably Molly Meatball McCann as well as Leon Edwards. And let's start with Molly McCann, Mrs. Meatball. She actually ended up losing this bout this past weekend, and she decided to call it quits on her UFC career. And she walks away from the game as a fan favorite. I don't know if she had the greatest UFC career, but she built a great following in the short amount of time that she was there.
Yeah, I know she's heavily affiliated with Patty the Batty these days, who the podcast
they're both from Liverpool,
is
yeah.
a major fan of. Molly Meatball, I didn't know her all that well until recently, but she seemed just like a genuine person, great advocate for the sport. So she actually yelled out to Dana in her, I guess we can call it a retirement speech, and was talking about like, if you ever need an ambassador to fly around and like promote the sport to women and girls, let me know, because I'm happy to do that. So she seems like a really good woman. Did you see that? Do you know Molly Meatball?
No, but it sounds like a good mark. Like, that sounds good. Like, Dana's probably going to snag that.
Let me know if you need me to fly around.
Yeah, the
Is that what she
accent
said?
is
Spread the message.
She's a Scouser.
Scouser.
I like the Scottish accent a lot.
Well,
Just saying.
it's from Liverpool, not Scotland.
No, I know, but I was listening to someone from Scotland.
Scotland's even stronger.
Glasgow?
It's super
You can't
strong.
understand them.
It was like it's just, you can't.
It's like their own language. They are speaking
But
English.
Liverpool's also very similar,
Have
where
you
you
seen
just don't know what's
Braveheart?
going on. No.
I haven't seen Braveheart
Are they
yet.
Scottish?
Really?
No.
You would
Yeah.
love Braveheart. It's nice and slow and
That's
boring.
Mel Gibson's?
Yeah. But it's like, Braveheart's good.
I've heard it's fire.
Both of them are from Liverpool.
Yeah.
The fighters, Patty the Batty and Molly Meatball, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool's kind of like the
And
dirty
Harry Kane?
accent.
No.
Like,
No, Harry
Rooney's
Kane's from London.
Rooney's.
Yeah, Rooney's from Liverpool.
where's the
Merseyside.
Everton bloke,
the
yeah.
Gypsy King from?
The Gypsy King. Who's the Gypsy King?
The King of Gypsy.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. He's from Manchester.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Manchester and Liverpool are pretty close together.
Okay.
Leon Edwards from a normal English city, I think. His voice
Birmingham.
His voice is just
He's
kind
Jamaican.
of classic.
But he's from Birmingham.
Yeah. He got submitted by Sean Brady.
Philly boy, yes, Zerski.
Is Edwards on his way out?
I
or-
think so.
Yeah.
He won.
It happened so fast.
I know. I was looking up his recent fight. So he fought Usman, was losing the whole fight. He knocks Usman out, which was incredible. Like I was in shock for like 5 minutes watching that.
Yeah.
And he wins the
He was
the
on top
welterweight
of the world and was like beating people now.
Yeah, he was the welterweight champion. He defends the belt against Usman. Again, he kind of like outlasted him this time. Like he just beat him on decisions, beat him on points this time.
Yeah.
Didn't let Kamaru get him on the ground or anything. And then he fights Colby Covington. He kind of does the same thing to Colby Covington. He's just a better fighter. He's a better striker. Outlasts and wins on points.
Covington's, I mean, good.
Covington's
though.
solid, yeah. And he's got a chin. He's got the durability is crazy for Covington. And then he fights against the champion now. I can't think of his name. He's Bilal Muhammad, and he just gets destroyed by him. And he loses his belt, and then he walks in this fight.
This is after that. This is the follow up.
I think there's another fight in between that he also lost, and then I think he's just on his way out. Like he did as much as he can in the sport. He won the belt.
It happens fast, man.
Yeah. You just get older, I guess. But
yeah,
Leon Edwards on the way out. But I will say, Sean Brady's from Philly. He's the man. He gave a "Go Birds" in the speech, which was awesome.
I wonder if Dylan knows him.
And
I'm sure he does.
I'm hoping that he gets a title shot soon because Bilal Muhammad is kind of holding up the division with his injuries. But I would love to see a Philly guy win the belt. He's like 18-1 in the UFC or in the MMA. I think he's only lost once in the UFC. So he's a really good fighter, pretty young. And I want to see him get a shine.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That's all we have for UFC, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, I guess that takes us to the 2-minute drill. Jessica, we thought this might be a quick one, but how long have we been going?
1 hour and 11 minutes.
Okay, so it was a quick one. Yeah.
I don't know if I have a 2-minute drill for today.
That's okay. I have a quick one, honestly. I think it's hilarious. I've already shared it with Alex and Jessica, but not you, Abe. I don't know if you saw. So you mentioned Will Wade last week with the McNeese coach going. I don't know if we said he was going to NC State, but we knew.
I don't think we confirmed it yet.
Yeah, but we knew his plan was to, move
LSU.
on. He used to be at LSU, and so we knew he was a good coach.
Yeah.
And McNeese was kind of temporary.
Yeah.
And both parties knew that.
Yeah.
And so McNeese won and he won. But I don't know if you heard Amir Khan is going to NC State with Will Wade on an NIL deal. Yeah, they're
so
paying
far.
him to go. So they're traveling to NC State together. Honestly, I'm sure like NC State's going to make money off of merchandise with his face on it. Like they're going to, it's a money play for them. And they're probably going to pay him $100,000 or something like that. Like actually
more than any other manager
maybe
before
more.
this. Yeah.
Because I know mid-major like football, like James Madison, there's a kid like they make like $40,000 as football players. So that's nothing. NC State has plenty of money. This dude's going to make $100,000.
Yes, ACC basketball.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. We talked about him last time, and he's making it big.
Yeah, I thought of one.
Oh,
Only
okay.
because it was so interesting. So Tiger Woods is dating Vanessa Trump, but usually you wouldn't care, except he like literally made a post and said that love is in the air, and I was like, what?
Yeah. It was a weird post.
What, Tiger?
You didn't see
and
that?
everyone was
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
why would you, like, no one asked, really.
So, like,
Yeah. And they respect our privacy.
Yeah,
Brother,
respect our
nobody would have
privacy.
known if you didn't
yeah,
post
like,
this.
zero clue. I didn't even know who, I had to figure out who she was in that family.
Yeah, I don't. He's Kai. I know
But if
she's
it's
Kai
Kai's
Trump's mom.
then that checks out for me, because Kai's the golfer. She's committed to Miami now.
All of her siblings golf too.
I got 2 minutes
shot
right
some
now.
heat?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I sent this to you and Al, lunch breakers.
Okay.
But Formula One Arcade coming to Philly, opening up this summer.
Yeah, I saw
Wow.
that.
Super duper excited about that. We've got to do a full podcast. Not a full podcast there, but we should go there as a podcast.
Can we bring Pierre
when
and
is
Tony?
it?
So it opens, I think, in May-ish. So
I was gonna if we could grow the podcast to a point where we could do it there, but we can't be like, hey, we have a podcast, we do sports,
We have 7
we go
followers.
there. Yeah, we have 12 people who have ever listened to it. It's sick.
But yeah, it's an awesome time. I did it in London, and it was so much fun. And I did it with people that didn't really enjoy F1, but they had a really good time.
Do you drive?
Yes, there's different modes that you can choose. Dude, the first race, Are you
actually driving, or is it like a
it's
simulation?
a whole simulator. No, you're actually driving. The first race, I came in second. I think Mel came in first, but I used like a different setting. I used like the intermediate, and Mel used the easy.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yo, you got to use the intermediate. And then I blew him out.
Smoked him. That's funny.
Because I had to get Mel back for that one time in
Did you
World
move
Cup.
yours to easy?
No, I stayed on medium because I wanted to do
Jessica,
this.
Melvin was pissed that Avery kept beating him in FIFA when we were like 13, and so he went to the bathroom and Mel turned his pass assist off. So like in FIFA, if you're not pointing directly at the person, it knows who you're trying to pass to. And Ave turned the assistance off. So
No, Mel turned his assistance.
Mel turned Avery's assistance off. So Ave's ball was going exactly where his thumb was pointing, and it would be like behind
Nowhere
his
close to the
players.
players. But the only thing was, I didn't notice it because
You're good at passing?
No, I was using Liberia. Like I was using like the worst team in the game,
so you just
trying to
thought they
match
were
up with
bad?
the Yeah, I was like, dude, these guys are absolutely a dog shit. What is going on?
Yeah.
I was so mad the whole game.
And Melvin just sitting there quiet. Yeah. All right.
I'll
well,
never
there
forget
goes episode 33. The
Larry
famous
Bird.
number of Larry Bird.
Kobe
as
Bryant.
aforementioned, Kobe Bryant High School.
Scottie
That's a
Pippen.
jersey. Oh,
Scottie
Scottie.
Pippen.
Yeah, Scottie dripping. That's a jersey we should have. It's a Kobe or Marion.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Yeah, we should
well,
get
when
all
we
like
get the
the
studio,
Philly locals.
when we build the
type.
studio downstairs, we'll have it nice and clean.
Nice.
Thank you for joining episode 33. As always, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And thank you as always. See you later.
Peace.